All right, we are open for the big weekend here, 4th of July town celebration. Welcome everybody to Infield. I first of all want to thank, on behalf of all the directors, 26 of us, thank you to all the volunteers that have worked so hard so far and all the volunteers that are going to work throughout the weekend. I need to mention a few sponsors. We want to thank Mass Mutual, who always comes aboard and helps us put on the event. We want to thank Bud Light. We want to thank the town of Infield. We have a lot of folks from the building to ground, logistics, and we have the Infield Police Department here. We thank them so much for being a part of the program. And this year, the stage is named after Artioli Dodge, and we thank the Artioli Dodge family and all they do for the community. They're right down here in Route 5, and you got to check them out. And Trantolo is going to help us put on the fireworks this coming Sunday night. We're glad that you're here. Make sure you get something to eat, the Taste of Infield. Make sure you get something to drink. Make sure you enjoy your evening with us. We have the sponsors over at Corporate Grove. They're setting up now. And we want you to make sure you stop by and see all the great sponsors, all the great corporations, the businesses that help support us. Tomorrow morning we have our parade. It starts at 11 o'clock in the morning. And of course, then we have great music. And this year we're starting at 1 o'clock in the afternoon instead of 5. So come on down through the whole day for some great music. Into the evening with Get the Let Out, great tribute band for Led Zeppelin. I am pleased to introduce right now, I'm going to ask to come on up here right now. We have this evening playing, kicking off for us, the Funky Dogs Brass Band. These are UConn graduates. One of them still in school, but we're hoping he makes it all the way through. And I'm glad to introduce one of our own Infield playing, I believe he's playing the trumpet here tonight, and that's Tyler Reese, and I know his family's proud of him. We're proud of him from the town of Infield. Let's give him a big hand. Give a big hand for the Funky Dogs Brass Band.
Dogs in the house tonight. We gonna start this thing off right. We got the dogs in the house tonight. We gonna start this thing off right. We got the dogs in the house tonight. We gonna start this thing off right. We got the dogs in the house tonight. We got soul power. We got soul power. We got soul power. We got soul power. We gonna start this thing off right. We got the dogs in the house tonight. We gonna start this thing off right. We got the dogs in the house tonight. We gonna start this thing off right. We got the dogs in the house tonight. We gonna start this thing off right. We got the dogs in the house tonight. said, oh, 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 Thank you very much. We are the Funky Dogs Brass Band.
I come in the shift and I have no idea what we're gonna get.
Yeah.
A lot of times I come in and like you get a patient from a car wreck. They could be pregnant. We don't know what they are. We just get there and we do what we need to do.
4 years ago, the day of the Boston Marathon bombing, my husband Bill had a heart attack, and he drove himself, because he's so smart, to Johnson Memorial, and they said, we need more than what we can give you, and they called LifeStar, and if not for LifeStar, he never would have made it. So we're just here to say thank you to LifeStar.
Thank you, LifeStar.
Yes. It was amazing. No cost, and it was just, I mean, he wouldn't have been alive without them. So we certainly appreciate their services.
Definitely do.
like to introduce the Enfield High cheerleaders.
Eagles are rowdy. Let's get a little bit rowdy. Eagles are rowdy. Let's get a little bit rowdy. Eagles are rowdy. Let's get a little bit rowdy. Eagles are rowdy. E-H-S. Eagles. Yell it. E-H-S. Eagles. Yell it. E-H-S. Eagles. Yell it. E-H-S. Eagles, green and white. Go Enfield. Eagles, green and white. Go Enfield. Eagles, green and white. Go Enfield. Eagles, green and white.
Have a big round of applause for these girls. They work hard. Enfield High cheerleaders. Thank you.
Okay, first place goes to Julian Marcano. Congratulations, Julian. Second place goes to, I believe our second place already picked theirs up. Third place is Akalin Anad. Akalin, congratulations. And our female 6 to 9 all picked up their awards already, so that's one that's going to do. Our male 10 to 13, first place,
Yeah, me too.
goes
Let's give it up
to
for the
TJ
Seven
Medina.
Brothers.
Is TJ here?
To the ring, never hurt
Okay.
anybody.
AJ, you're getting first place. And third place is William. All right, William. 1K, 10 to 13, third place. Congratulations, William Craig. Good job. First place, 10 to 13-year-old females, goes to Audrey Mazzarella. Is Audrey here? Congratulations, Audrey. Second place, female 10 to 13, Jamie Lynn Pereira. Congratulations. And third place, 10 to 13, Neha Gothman. Congratulations. All right, we're going to start next with our female Masters winner. This is 40 and over. Our female Masters winner is Angie Estrada. Is Angie here? All right, we'll get that to Angie. Our male Masters winner, Gerard Olakari. Is Gerard here? Our overall male first place for the 5K is Mike Tiraletto. Our first place female adult is April Sabadosa. April still here?
Are they only doing first?
She was here like 2 minutes ago. She's doing circles? All right, I'll check in with her. Second place, female overall, Kylie Raymond.
That's hard. That's not. That's a little bit of luck.
15 years old. Way to go, Kylie. Keep it up.
get 10 and under and 10 to 20.
All right, third place female, Nancy Montemero.
Really
Wins a lot.
fair.
Nice job, Nancy. Second place male overall, Michael Vesey. Congratulations. Michael's only 17. Nice job, Michael. Third place overall, Eric Anderson. Eric here? In our under 20, first place female, Jacqueline Liebler. 9 years old. Way to go, Jacqueline. Second place, Erin Donahue. Erin's only 12. Nice job, Erin. And third, Orly Berry. Male under 20, first place, Daniel White at 14. Daniel? Second place, Nathan Pita. Third place, Billy Liebler. Nice job, Billy. Boy, there got some runners in that family.
That's a hard, that's a lot when you're running against people who are really, yeah.
In our female 20 to 29, first place to Diana Van Leeuwen. Second place, Alexis Zane. Third place, Amanda Trothier. Congratulations. Male 20 to 29, Timothy Kranz, first place. Second, Tom Padravita. Nice job, Tom. Third place, Billy Richard. First place in the women's 30 to 39 is April Sabadosa. Second place, Amy Santinella. And third place, Kelly Rosignol. Male 30 to 39, first place, Scott Sutter. Male 30 to 39, Scott Sutter. First place, second place, Joe Mayer. Third place, Michael Carney. Female 40 to 49 winner is Angie Estrada. Second place, Robin Erickson. And third place, Tina Scopes. Our male 40 to 49, first place, Gerard Olacara. Second place, Anthony Landry. Third place, William Liebler. right, in our female 50 to 59, first place to Beth Bunko. In our 50 to 59, second place, Kirsten Taylor. And third place, Michelle Burnham. Our male 50 to 59, first place to Christopher Reese. Second place, male 50 to 59, David Hansen. Third place, William O'Neill. In our 60 to 69, first place to Laura Hunt. Nice job, most patriotic right there. Second place to Bonnie Lamondia. Male 60 to 69, first place to Gabe Borelli. Second to Stephen Morse. Third to Robert Cousin. Congratulations. In our 70 plus, for males, first place Lee Bradley. Congratulations, Lee. Second to Tom Butterfield.
81!
Woohoo! And third to Joe Amelia.
I'm still walking.
You're welcome. Congratulations. Thank you all for coming out in the rain and the craziness. So, great run. Thank you very much.
afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the 4th of July Festival that's held here every year in the town of Enfield. You're gathered around here because you're here to see the best show in the house, and that's watching us and our partners work together. I'm going to make a few introductions here, and you're going to see most of these dogs work today. On the top of the hill with the yellow lab is Officer Brian Croto and his partner Canine Putnam. Canine Putnam is 3 years this year, and he's already been very instrumental in his job as a canine, and that is to locate narcotics. And that is to locate narcotics in a car, on a person, in a person. Yeah, I know, that's pretty gross. But he can search people, and we're going to demonstrate all that. We're going to not do a lot of talking today and get right to the demonstration. Other handler from Enfield over here in the green shirt is Officer Mike Colantuno, and he's got Canine Nova. Canine Nova is also 3, right? 3 years old, and Canine Nova is a patrol dog. And when you have a patrol dog, it's got multiple jobs. One of them's tracking missing people, armed people, people that are Alzheimer's patients, people that just walk off from wherever. They're trained in tracking. They're trained in apprehension work, and when I mean apprehension, I mean bite work. So they're trained to bite people on our command. Canine Nova is also trained in article recovery, so if somebody, let's just say, robbed a bank, ran out the door, dropped some things along the way in heavy brush, we can send the dog out in the heavy brush and he'll lay down to show us the evidence behind it, because somebody handled it and there's now human odor on that evidence. So we'll get to some more of that in a little bit. Obviously, I see a lot of familiar faces here. My name's Chris Dufresne, and I handle Canine Bruin. And Bruin's a patrol dog, and he's cross-trained in narcotics. So I'm going to apologize in advance right now. I know not a lot of people know this, but Bruin's nursing a pretty good injury right now, so you're not going to see him do anything today. He's sitting in the car, and he's going to wonder why I'm leaving him in there all day. He's staring out the window right now, I'm sure. But he's been my partner for 6 years. He's my best friend. I wouldn't ask for another partner. What the best thing about it is nobody's puking or peeing in the back of your patrol car unless it's your dog. A couple visitors here, everybody. I see some new faces here. These are some of our great friends in law enforcement. We have Corrections Officer Joel One with the Hampden County Mass Sheriff's Office. So, and he's got Canine Zito, and you're going to see him do some work. And some people ask us every demo why we have other agencies here. It's because in the canine world, we all work together. We train together, and if we ever need a dog and we don't have one available, we call an outside agency to come help us, whether it be Department of Corrections, the state police, other agencies with a canine. In the far back here, I'm going to introduce you to a good friend of mine, Officer Jamie Rivera. He's with the Department of Corrections. And his dog is Diamond. And you're going to see how this dog works as well. We tried to get a very vast difference of dogs. That black lab over there, Diamond, is a cell phone only dog for prisons. As you know, you cannot have prisoners in jail cannot have cell phones with them. So this dog is to be trained to detect cell phones in a cell, on a person, hidden in somebody. Had that before, right? So we're going to show you a little bit here. And last but not least, this is Officer Kristen Broussard and Canine Trobeck. And she's also with the Connecticut Department of Corrections. So without further ado, I need a volunteer real quick, and you're not going to get bit, I promise. I need a volunteer to hand me their bag or purse. I need 3 bags, 3 purses, or 3 bags or 3 purses. All right, I got one over here. Wait, one last disclaimer. This is a narcotics thing, so please don't give a bag with drugs in it. All right, you got a volunteer, good.
2 more. 2 purses, bags.
All right, please remember where these came from, because I won't. All right, so what you're going to see now is you're going to see
First
K9
bag,
Putnam
backpack.
come down, make his appearance,
bag,
and what he's
backpack,
going to show
yep.
you
All right.
is what he does every day. Every single day, day in and day out. Now, people might think this is mean or rude what I'm about to next tell you, but it's not the case. The only time Putnam eats is when he finds narcotics. This dog does not get a bowl laid down for dinner. He doesn't get anything. So, 2 hands, it's hard for both of them because he knows unless he goes to work, I'm talking about the dog, he doesn't get fed. Officer Croto knows he can't go to bed without hiding narcotics in his house, in his car, or something like that. We have special licenses that we can carry drugs on us all the time, especially him. So before Officer Croto goes to bed, he's got to hide narcotics in his house somewhere so the dog can eat dinner. So as you see now, and he's going to step off in a second or two here, but I'm going to show you, I'll just give an example. This is an airport, and he's doing narcotic searches in the airport, okay? Well, whose purse is that? Oh, hey, Dad, I got some drugs. Mike, who volunteered that bag? There wasn't supposed to be any drugs in there. So as you can see, now he knows, Dad, I got some drugs. I want to eat. Feed me. Now, for those of you over here that can see his mouth, and Brian so shift it both ways, I love how his mouth quivers. Watch his mouth. It's like that. It's right here. It's right here. So if people don't know, right now, if this was a search on the street, that is a probable cause to go in that person searching because the dog hit on it and alerted to narcotics. Big round of applause for K9 Putnam. All right, Brian, don't go too far. So I'm going to tell you, I like to think that dogs can't listen to everything we say, but I'm pretty sure they listen to some stuff. So Officer Colantuno now has narcotics hidden on him, all right? I need 3 volunteers that don't mind coming up here and getting sniffed by a dog. Come on. There's 1. There's 2. Go ahead, Johnny. Johnny, over there, buddy. Mr. in the orange, come on over here, buddy. All right, so there's very important instructions here. Go ahead and stand right here. So now, we're back in the airport again, and somebody says this guy's dealing drugs. So we need to figure out who it is. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a few instructions before the dog gets underway. You listening? Don't move. Don't move. Dog's going to sniff you. He might put his nose in places you don't like. Just stand still. And you guys can watch him work. As you can see, Officer Croto's targeting different areas where people would hide narcotics. Oh, Dad, this guy's dirty. Dad, over here. Oh. Again, a person searched by a canine that's certified in discovering narcotics. Again, probable cause now to reach down in that guy's pocket and pull out the drugs. Pull it out. There it is. Thank you guys, thank you very much. Big round of applause for K9 Putnam and Officer Croto. All right, we're going to give Putnam a little rest. I need one too, actually. Our next demonstration is going to be from K9 Officer Joel 1 and his partner Zito. And we're going to demonstrate here some obedience. Obedience is the foundation to training these guys. Without obedience, we don't have the rest of them. So as I talk to you guys and show you some different things, he's going to go through some series of commands. Now, as you can see, he is very ball-driven. So all his reward comes from ball. So now you can see the focus of the dog healing. As Joel turns, he you see the dog stay on his side, right on his right side. That's all feeling. We're going to go through a series of sit, down, stay commands. Sit, lock, push. How about that for a sideways heel? Right there, he just told him to stay in one command. He's not expected to move until he calls him again. Now we can give him commands and hand commands, voice commands, and hand and voice commands both. Block. Now as you can see, the dog is very happy. We call this prancing. He says, Dad, give me my ball. I've done enough. It's hot out. Block. There we go. Good job, Zito. So as you can see, it takes a very lot of work to make this happen like the way he showed you. Now, I'm going to give a quick example to show you guys one thing. We're going to go straight from obedience to a little bit of fight work. Now remember, the apprehension, call off. So now, in a second, what he's going to demonstrate to you is how he can send the dog after a quote-unquote bad guy and make that dog stop or turn around or down, whatever he decides to do, even though the dog wants that bite sleeve very bad. That's called reverse. And now when he gets settled down, after the dog does what he just did, we reward him with his ultimate reward is right here. You don't mess with those teeth. So now the bad guy just got bit. We got to pat him down, make sure he's got no weapons, and come back to our dog. That's called discipline. That's a good boy, Zito. Big round of applause for K9 Zito and Officer Joe Watt with the Hannah County Sheriff's Office. All right, I messed that up, Dave, but come on. All right, so next we're going to see Officer Damon Rivera and his K9 Diamond. Now, this is a very interesting thing. These labs are only trained on cell phone discovery. So if you want to choose I need 3 volunteers. 3 or 4, Jamie. 3 volunteers, but I need, hold on a second before you come out. You can still come out. You have a phone on you? You do. All right, come out. I need 2 more people with no phones on them. 0, no phones. And please, don't mess with the dogs. There you go, buddy. Come on.
No phone on you, right? You guys have phones? Phones?
Yeah, toss those aside.
Toss them aside. Do you have any phone? A phone on you? Okay.
All right, again, same instructions. You got to stand still while the dog works his job.
You guys spread out a little bit. Spread out a little bit. That's good.
Officer Rivera, K9 Diamond, do your job.
Congratulations, sir. Power steering next year, don't forget.
So when these dogs search, they want to be 100%. So as you can see, he stopped at him for a second and says, "Oh, let me check it again." And that's what these guys do. They want 100% confidence in themselves. There you go. Show the cell phone. There you go. And again, K9 Diamond eats by food. Same thing as Officer Proto's dog Putnam. He'll stay there all day until he gets big. If he sat there and fed him all day. So again, all prison work here. Prisoners are not allowed to have cell phones. That's how contraband ends up in prison. And thanks to those limitations on them. Thank you guys very much. Billy, want to grab a sleep? So right now we're going to demonstrate with Officer Christian Broussard and Robeck what we call a running hit. This is on a suspect when we pull up on a scene, and we'll pretend that Officer Joel is the bad guy, and we pull up on a scene off a guy that just robbed a bank, and we're confronted with him by ourselves with our dog. So as we pull up to the scene, we tell the bad guy, hey, stop moving, and don't run. Oh, take him to the ground. Now, the good part about this is, we're in no rush. Well, where's the coach? Now you can see him prancing around. Look at his tail. He's all happy. That's his trophy right there. But on the flip side, in the real life, if he was down on the ground like he just was, and the dog was biting on him, that dog does not come off that bite until we tell him to. So I'll bring you into a building search scenario sometimes. We get to a 2-floor building, we send him in the front door on a burglary after the bad guy. Now when a dog goes in the building, they're going in for the sole purpose of apprehending somebody inside. You send the dog in the first floor, the bad guy's upstairs on the second floor. The bad guy gets bit on the second floor, and the reason we know that is because we can hear the screaming inside. But guess what? Sometimes it takes us a little while to tactically clear the first floor to make sure we're not going to get attacked by somebody or something and make our way to the second floor. That whole time the dog is on the bite, as you can still see. All right, where's Mike? All right. Big round of applause for Christian Broussard and K9 Kovic. And Officer Joel 1 for rolling on the ground for us. Yeah, give me some so the next thing we're going to show you is what we call long line evidence recovery. So if we're in an area, say, I like to give examples so I can paint a picture for people of what we deal with on a daily basis. We're chasing a car, somebody throws a gun out the window after a robbery. It's in grass this tall, somewhere between here and way up there. But we're on the side of a highway. So we don't want to cut our dog off leash and let him search for the simple fact we don't want to set up our dog for getting hurt or hit by a car. So we'll take him on a 30-foot, what we call a 30-foot long line, or we can attach additional 30 feet and give him 60 feet to work, and we give him the command to fetch it up. Just based off that command alone, he knows he's searching for something with human odor on it. And usually that human odor that's good for the dog to find is good for up to mainly 24 hours. So for 24 hours, so he's going to tell him we can cut him off leash, but if we cut him off leash, he'll search everywhere. So we teach them to range out. Yep. So as he holds the end of the leash, you'll see him. You'll see his tail wagging, his head down. About some. So as these guys work, you got to picture us sticking our nose on the ground and smelling every blade of grass. Everything there is on the ground, he's sniffing. See, I'm on the ground. So sometimes this is a... Oh, man, I found something. So obviously you can see in this, the grass is very short and we can actually physically see this, but they work on odor and odor alone. So if we are in that 5-foot tall grass. He'll snake through that grass and he'll find whatever it is with the human odor on it. So obviously you saw him go into a down as soon as he located it. We don't see him moving anymore, we go find him and he stays on that item until we come retrieve it. And as you can see, he was just rewarded with his ball. That's what these guys work for. And I always say this, I like to think they work for love for us, but they love their ball a little more. All right, we're going to test Nova's skills. We're going to test the skills just a little bit. We're going to throw a quarter out there. Sometimes they try to cheat, it's like having a 2-year-old, it really is. They try to cheat and they be like, all right, I think I smelled something. I got my ball now. That was a cheat right there. I got that, Dad. I don't want to find this quarter. Let's target it for him. He's hot. Oh, there's a head hook. There we go. Now, you notice I use the term head hook. That's something that we learn as canine handlers. We learn to read our dogs. And that right there, even if he didn't down there, Mike would know my dog either just head hooked on some article of evidence but didn't commit and I'm going to go check it out. It still leads us to the right path. So these guys, it's all about reading them, reading their tails on tracking people. If there was one question I could ask my dog once a month, I ask him a lot of questions. You guys think I'm crazy to be sat in the car with me and my dog. But I'll tell you what. If there's one question I could ask my dog every month, one question alone, do you smell the guy? Because if they don't smell him, sometimes you go for a walk, and it's a long walk, and it's not fun. But if they smell the guy, so as I say, you learn from reading their tail, their position, how they're pulling the leash when they're tracking somebody. It's a big learning curve, and it takes a little while. So, yep. All right. One more thing we're going to show you, and I talked about apprehension, I talked about the bite work. One of the things that we instill in these guys is for obedience. And with obedience comes handler protection. With handler protection, these dogs only bite people when we tell them to, except for one situation. And that's when we as handlers are assaulted by somebody. When we're assaulted, they take it upon themselves. They take it upon themselves to take the matters into their own hands, and they're allowed to do that. So as you're going to see up here, he's going to tell him to stay. He's going to pat him down, and he already sees the sleeve. He's going to pat him down, and Officer Joel is going to assault him. And the dog's going to take it upon himself to deploy into action.
Get him! Get him! Good boy!
All right, before you slip the sleeve, before you slip it, I want you to see the prance you get when these guys, when he slips the sleeve, he'll prance around like he just got a rabbit and he's running around with it. Oh, that's a good boy. Oh, look what I got. I got that bad guy. Oh. Guys, come on back out here. There's one thing I can say for being a canine handler for as long as I have. There's nothing more rewarding in police work, okay, than being a canine handler. It takes it takes daily training on your own time, on department time. I mean, just imagine having to feed your dog to do his job. So it takes a special kind of person, and everybody thinks it's cool, like to see what you see, but it takes a lot of work, and I honestly say this every demo I do. I've been a cop for a long time, and I went to work for a long time before I had Bruin, having to think for myself and sometimes my partners on a job. When I come to work now, I have to think for two people. What will my dog do in this situation? These guys, the same thing. I don't want to set my dog up for failure, and I don't want to put him in a situation where he could get hurt or hurt somebody else that doesn't need to be hurt. So we take our job very, very seriously. So if you're ever at a canine demonstration or you're somewhere where there's a police dog, always ask if you can pet, and please don't be insulted if they say no. Only because, like I said, 99.9% sure he's not going to bite somebody. Well, sometimes we don't like to take that chance. Some dogs are more friendly than others. But I wanted to thank these guys for coming out, and lady, for coming out in this hot weather to show you guys what we do on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, I said wrap it up. Questions? Somebody's got to go. Any questions? Seriously, take questions from anybody. Yes, bud. How long does it take to become a canine officer? Well, most departments you have to be on the department for at least 5 years before you can get a dog. Yes. How many dogs does the town of Enfield have? The town of Enfield has 3 dogs. My dog, Canine Bruin, who most of you have seen, Canine Nova, and Canine Putnam. The Olympics coming up, yep, July 22nd, the Canine Olympics at the prisons. We haven't entered yet, but we'll probably be there, so. Yes, ma'am. Do they ever retire? Yes, along with us. They do retire. We like to have them from 7 to 9, 10 years sometimes. That's a good age, and then they stay with us after they retire. Yes, sir. Will a dog listen to another handler? They're not supposed to, but in emergency situations, we'll have another handler our dog. So when we go on vacation and things like that, we usually stick them with another handler so they know what to expect from them. Yes. It's really going to be okay. Thank you for asking. I hope so. We got to let him heal. Thank you for asking about Bruin. Yes. All right, guys, again, thank you very much for coming out, and thanks for your support.
Good evening or good afternoon, Enfield. This is a very special day when at Enfield's largest community gathering, we can take pause to recognize an outstanding individual at our celebration. It is called the Patriots Award, and we have a committee here in the town of Enfield that receives, reviews, and selects the annual honoree. And the chairman of the Patriot Award Committee is the next gentleman that I would like to introduce to you. And please welcome to the stage, Peter Falk.
Thank you, Scott. It's such an honor to be here and to make this presentation. But I did want to let you know who was on the committee. We have 2 council representatives, that's Red Egger and myself, Peter Falk. On the July 4th committee, we have Mike Emmons, who's right here, Kirsten Pastana. And on the Veterans Council, we have Philip Mashad and Iggy Maniscalco. I butchered that one. And we have 1 community member who happens to be Debbie Crucell. In any event, let me get started here. Okay, we're in the right place for a picture now. Patriotism is easy to understand in America. It means looking out for yourself by looking out for your country. That's a quote from Calvin Coolidge. Heroes and patriots in the United States are made every day. In fact, that has occurred since the first man stepped foot on the soil of this great nation. From the smallest deeds of kindness to the brave soldiers that have given their lives for their country, these hundreds and thousands of men and women come from every race, religion, and ethnic group. Their stories and histories are varied, their actions and deeds diverse, leaving their marks on every part of the culture and heritage. They are law officers, politicians, soldiers, inventors, explorers, artists, activists, writers, business people, and ordinary folks. Mike Tippo is this year's recipient of the Patriots Award as he has served his country in the Air Force, his town on the Planning and Zoning Commission, his community in the JCs, as well as his family and church. Now his daughter, Julie, who nominated him, would like to present him with a plaque of our recognition. Julie?
Town of Enfield's Patriots Award, presented to Michael Tippo in recognition of your patriotism to both community and country, 2017.
Now the mayor would like to read a proclamation.
Mike, on behalf of the town of Enfield, congratulations. What a well-deserved award. Mike Tippo, before I read the proclamation, you're all here, the 33rd 4th of July town celebration, a gathering here on our Enfield Town Green. There were a couple folks back in the early to mid 1980s that thought that Enfield needed an Independence Day celebration for our community that was free for everyone to attend, from the youngest child to the oldest adult, and that to enjoy this weekend, you would not be asked to pay any money to listen to a concert, to do a children's activity or a teen zone, to enjoy a fireworks display, to enjoy a concert like you're about to with the Hartford Symphony Orchestra. Mike Tippo, the gentleman standing to my right, is one of the founding fathers of this celebration that started 33 years ago. We gather once a year to enjoy this weekend because of the foresight, the hard work, and the dedication of Mike Tippo, along with Mike Ryan and Monica Ryan, and a whole host of folks that envisioned what we have today. So Mike, this is a special honor because of your tie with the 4th of July town celebration. And it is my honor to present to you a proclamation honoring Michael Tippo as Enfield's Patriot. And the proclamation reads as follows. Actually, that's an extra one. All right, here goes. Whereas, during the American Revolution, the French notion of patriotism took root among colonists, and since that time, patriotism has come to mean many things to many Americans. And whereas selfless and anonymous acts of heroism and charity are a vital thread that binds and strengthens our community while defining us as a nation. And whereas the Town Council of the Town of Enfield wishes to give an annual award to a member of the community considered a true patriot by virtue of their service to the community, state, or nation. And whereas Michael Tippo meets the criteria set forth by the Enfield Patriots Award Committee, as an Air Force veteran and as a member of the Town of Enfield's Community Emergency Response Team, committing himself as a servant to his country and to his community. And whereas Michael is a co-founder of the Enfield 4th of July Town Celebration, an event that celebrates community and honors those exceptional citizens that have given great sacrifices for the safety and freedom of our nation. And whereas Michael is a family man that is an active member of his church, volunteer and former board member of the Enfield Food Shelf, and president of the Enfield JCs, ensuring that his hometown remains a patriotic and family-friendly community. Now therefore I, Scott Copen, Mayor of the Town of Enfield, on behalf of the Patriots Award Committee, do hereby congratulate Michael Tippo on being the recipient of Enfield's annual Patriot Award, commend him for his patriotism, and thank him for his personal commitment to the citizens of our community. Signed today, July 9th, 2017, Michael, on behalf of a very grateful community, congratulations, you truly are a patriot. Congratulations, Mike. And now for the man that we really need to hear from, let's give a big round of applause for Enfield's Patriot, Michael Tippo.
Thank you very much. First, I'd like to thank Julie, my daughter, for doing the paperwork and moving it along to Peter's group. And thank you, Peter, for your group. And I just want to make sure that you understand there were 3 people that started this 4th of July Town Celebration. Yeah, I don't want you to forget them. They're Mike Ryan, Monica Ryan. They had the foresight, the brains, the intelligence to move this idea along to what it has become. I just did the heavy lifting. They were the ones with the brains. And I want to recommend to all of you volunteerism. And I know some of you are saying, well, gee, I don't have a lot of skills. I don't know what I could do. I want to tell you one little story that is about the 4th of July Town Celebration. Right after we started, a few years into it, this little kid kept showing up. He was 7 years old, and he'd go around with Rick Gorman and help pick up the trash and bottles, and every year he kept coming back and kept coming back. And now he's your assistant chairman. There he is. Mike Evans. Let's hear it for Mike. So there's all kinds of volunteering available in town. Call your pastor. Say, I can only do 2 hours every Thursday night. He'll find something for you to do. We got the food shelf. They just put out a article in the paper looking for volunteers. And they've got many, many different kinds of jobs. If you still hold them, I can only work for you 3 hours a week. They'll find a place for you. You meet great people when you volunteer. You know, Mike and Monica Ryan, we were dear friends with them until they passed away. That's like 40 years. Fellow standing over here, he and I were in the JCs. I was the president of the Enfield JCs. He was the president of the Connecticut JCs. That was 40 years ago. We're still very good friends. And he came down to see this tonight with his dear wife. So it's not just about volunteering. It's also meeting new people, and it's a wonderful thing to do. I recommend it very highly. Thank you all for being here for this, and have a good Sunday afternoon and evening, and I hope you enjoyed the fireworks tonight. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause, Enfield Patriot Michael Tippo. Congratulations, Mike. Greg?
All right, once again, we do congratulate Mike and, of course, his wonderful family. And we thank the committee that worked so hard to go through the applications. We have so many of those that are deserving, and Mike stood out, and we appreciate his service. On that note, they're talking about volunteerism. This organization, this event is run by 26 directors, those of us that have the red shirts and the red badges. And we start in December to put this together. And it's a thrill, and we get excited when we open up on Friday, and it's a thrill for us. But it doesn't go to work unless we have volunteers. We have volunteers out there. They have the blue shirts that say the volunteers. We have some in security that are volunteering. When you see somebody in a blue shirt, would you mind doing me a favor? Thank them for the work that they're doing, because they're doing exactly what Mike Tippo stands for, and that's volunteering for the community here on the 4th of July Town Celebration.